Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. This is a really cool piece of news this morning. The Ripple came out yesterday with news that the National Commercial Bank of Saudi Arabia has joined RippleNet. Now, if you remember a few months back, and the significance of this is that you are seeing the beginnings of a lot of these people coming off of pilot programs. They've been testing RippleNet. RippleNet, for those of you that don't know, RippleNet is using Ripple's software to transfer money, okay? It does not use XRP, but I'll get into that in a second. A few months back, the Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority was piloting Ripple, if you remember. Well, this announcement, the National Commercial Bank of Saudi Arabia is now announcing that they are going to use RippleNet, and them using RippleNet is a result of the successful tests of the Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority. So just to give you, and in this article they summarized the money movement that goes on in Saudi Arabia, and they said that $300 million a year is sent cross borders into Saudi Arabia, and about $37 billion is sent out. And I think that was numbers from 2016. It's probably more now. But to tell you a little more about this bank, the National Commercial Bank of Saudi Arabia, they were first established in Saudi Arabia. They've got 5.4 million customers. They're the second largest bank in the Middle East by assets. And what this article, the gist of it is that this bank is going to connect with financial institutions, of course, across Saudi Arabia, but also across the world. Okay. Now, the naysayers, I can hear them now. Oh, but they're not using XRP. RippleNet doesn't use XRP. Well, the article, what's important here is that this bank is no different than any other bank in terms of wanting to save money and wanting to improve their technology. And last week, we went over this Royal Bank of Canada, which is the largest bank in Canada. We went over this article. And Royal Bank of Canada has done their own tests. And I wanted to go back over, because what's good for Royal Bank of Canada is also good for the National Commercial Bank of Saudi Arabia. The Royal Bank of Canada says Ripple created an open source peer-to-peer decentralized protocol with a network participating financial institutions and a series of individual technology solutions, including payment processing, xCurrent, liquidity support, xRapid, and payment access, xVia, explained the bank. For the bank, this is very important to use the complete solution as an example of how blockchain could totally disrupt the financial market. That means that in order to have a better experience using XRP and its corresponding ledger would make things even more efficient. And then they go on to say, in this solution, XRP is used as a bridge asset, meaning that it is a store of value that can be transferred between parties without a central counterparty, and thus support liquidity between any two currencies. With it, banks are able to consolidate their liquidity into one XRP account instead of holding the local currency in different accounts around the world. This is very simple, and it makes markets directly between banks. With XRP, banks are able to substantially reduce the number of intermediaries involved. Furthermore, the xRapid product could help institutions reduce costs between 40 and 70%. If the Royal Bank of Canada believes this, you better write it down that other banks around the world believe the same thing. You're just now starting to see these banks announce that they're going live, and I would imagine that the National Commercial Bank of Saudi Arabia is one of those 100 that production contracts. RippleNet is step one. They will then begin to incorporate the other products, which will incorporate XRP. you will see Ripple XRP flow like oil soon. I am the digital asset investor. I am not an investment advisor, and this is for entertainment purposes only. And before I leave you, I wanted to go over one other thing. Many of you, I'm asked every day about the Ledger Nano S, and every time that I stop bringing up the Ledger Nano S in my videos, people start asking me questions as if I've never talked about it. The Ledger Nano S, you can get one through the link in the description of all of my videos. Just click on the link, it'll take you straight to Ledger's website. For those of you that are new, before I got a Ledger Nano S, I stored all of my digital assets in the online exchanges. There have been many examples of people having their digital assets stolen off of exchanges where the exchanges are hacked. The Ledger Nano S allows you to store your digital assets offline, and you can put it in your safe. It's like a little thumb drive for digital assets, and it's the safest way to hold your digital assets. Actually, here's a picture of it right here. That's the Ledger Nano S. You can also they have the Ledger Blue, which is more like having a mini iPads with a touch screen. I don't have one of those. I might get one here in the near future. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and thank you so much for listening.